Good evening, everybody. I am outside. I got a little bit of firewood together, as you've seen, and I'm gonna sit here and build a fire, and we'll have a little chat. Okay guys, I finally got settled in. Now I'm sitting here by the fire. Got my light on, just in case I need a little extra light. So it's what I wanted to talk about tonight. Is what it was like first getting into recovery. Okay, where do I start? So I've been messed up for a long time, off and on. But mainly on, since I was a teenager. Had no life skills, no social skills, didn't know how to live life. I knew what to do. I knew I was supposed to get a job, and I was supposed to take care of myself and da-da-da-da. But when it came to trying to endure that and do that every single day, I had no idea how to do that, because the years that I was supposed to be learning how to do that stuff, I was getting messed up, okay? So, and so therefore I was numb all the time, right? So I never really grew emotionally, and so I just didn't know how to live, and I always depended on other people, and expected other people to do certain things for me. But then it's like I hated it when they did that, because I wanted to feel like I was taking care of myself, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Actually, there's a writing somewhere in the literature about someone, he hated the maternal care of his wife, but also loved it at the same time. You know what I mean? So coming into recovery, I seen everybody else. They were mingling with each other. Everybody was talking and everything like that. And but I couldn't do that, so it was easy for me to fall into self-pity, because it was very uncomfortable. I didn't know how to talk to no one, and I actually still struggle with that today. And so therefore it still had a lot of the feeling left out, or not feeling a part of, and that those kind of feelings still were really strong. This stuff don't go away overnight, okay? It just does not go away overnight, and it takes time to be able to learn social skills and be able to hang out with people, but here's the kicker: you got to make yourself do it. You got to make yourself get out of your comfort zone. You got to make yourself go hang out with these people and do these things, and because it's so easy to get caught up in isolation and not wanting to really go mess with people, because it's just safer feeling and more comfortable in your little bubble. Okay, so get out your little bubble, pop it, and and just get rid of it and start hanging out with people. Okay, a lot of the feeling less thans, and not feeling, and not really having the ability to feel up to par. You know what I mean? Just feeling good enough. Those feelings and thoughts don't go away like that either. For one thing, a lot of things, there's a lot up here that has to change, but that comes through action, right? Because you just it takes work for your thinking to start changing. You got to take action. You got to live it into existence, okay? You know what I'm saying? You can't think it into existence. You got to live it into existence. This is how it works, okay? And But for me, it's been a struggle. Because sometimes it's hard for me to get out of my comfort zone. Sometimes I'm not willing to. Sometimes I am willing to. And then you know, and talking about these things with y'all is also a good reminder for myself. Because when I was using, I could hit a bottom quick, but I could forget about that bottom even quicker, and I would go right back. You know. And also coming into recovery, it can be scary because there's a lot of change that has to happen. The whole way of life and everything that you knew, or that I knew, and everything had to change. And like everything had to change, like externally, internally, and those things have been a part of me for a long time. And so that could be really scary. Also, I didn't really know how to deal with all that. You know what I mean? And it's hard. I also would catch myself living in my memories, where it was comfortable. Because living in memories of the past helped me to get out of the now, and the memories of those past were comfortable because it was, well, comfortable. So it's been hard to live in the present moment, but I can tell a difference when I'm living in the present moment. I don't have so much fear, and I don't have so much like regret or guilt or all this stuff. I don't feel as sad or just whatever. And then fear of the future can cause anxiety, worry, or just anxiety and all that. It's a type of fear, you know what I mean? And so another thing is I had to stick around some people long enough to where I got comfortable enough to talk to them, because like I said, I didn't really have any social skills. I didn't know how to talk to people or hang out with people. I didn't know how to feel good enough to even be around these people. I didn't. But I came to realize that all the ways that I was trying, all the things I was trying to use to make myself feel better in the now kept failing, and it was just making me worse. And so yeah, coming into recovery is a scary thing, but it's also can be an awesome thing. And because coming into recovery, I got rid of the symptom, one of the symptoms of the problem. But one of the major, sorry, the smoke's getting in my face, but one of the other problems still remained, and that was my brain. That was another thing I had to learn was drugs and alcohol. That was my solution that I used as a solution to this, because that was the only thing that I could do that separated me from me enough to be able to feel okay about myself. It separated me enough from the thoughts that always went through my head that made me feel like crap. You know what I mean? It separated me from the emotions and the feelings that I didn't want to feel that made me feel like crap. But I also had to learn that my emotions, my feelings, and all that comes from my thoughts. And it comes from my perceptions of those thoughts, and perceptions of situations, and perceptions of people. And the less I think about me, or the less self-centered I am, guess what? The less I think you're talking about me. The less I think, oh, they're plotting against me, or the less I think, they're doing this, or the less I think it's all about me. Because it's not all about me. You know what I mean? But my self-centered brain will easily think that way. You know what I'm saying? It will easily think that way. It's just not always about me. And so coming to recovery, I learned that the more I can think about someone else, the better I'll feel. But that takes work, you know, taking action, doing the work on the steps and stuff like that, to separate yourself from yourself enough that way God of your understanding can become a part of your life and help guide you and help lead you, help you to become connected to something else other than just yourself. All right. So yeah, coming in recovery was scary. You know, I was like, man, this, you know, I had a lot of doubts, and you know, because it's taken so long for me to feel better, and like so I started doubting that it was gonna work, and all that, you know what I mean? I was like, man, this thing's working, man. I still feel like crap, you know. So but that was just me comparing myself to other people's outsides all the time, placing unrealistic expectations on myself, you know. And that's another thing, unrealistic expectations and wanting what you want right now will really let you down and make things really hard for you, just so you know. So but yeah, it was scary. It was hard, you know. And another thing is facing yourself, facing your faults, facing the bad things about you are hard. But I was also taught there needs to be balance. You can't just constantly look at the bad things about yourself all the time and expect yourself to feel any better, right? Right? I mean, we beat ourselves up a lot, as addicts and alcoholics do. You know what I mean? So I have to find a balance and look at the positive things about myself also. You know, I've seen a YouTube video about this girl and about the, you know, and these other people. They were kind of bashing AA, and like, you know, it made them, that they said it made them feel worse. You know, well, I could easily say that, but it's not really so much the program that makes me feel worse about me. It's my brain that makes me feel worse about me, and then I'm blaming it on other things or other people. You know what I mean? I gotta look at the suspect right here. Got to look at the suspect right here. You know what I'm saying? I gotta look at the source of the problem. There's nothing else outside of that, of me, like, can have as much influence on me or my thinking or how I feel about myself than me. And my freaking camera's not. I'm trying to get it to focus. Focus. Anyway, so the thing about it is, you need to come in. Man, look at that background up there. Ain't that awesome? That's beautiful, man. The things I started discovering also when coming to AA is when you're able to start focusing on all the other things in life that you always missed when in active addiction. You know, walking a trail, just enjoying nature, looking at the beauty of nature, you know, enjoying the colors, you know what I mean, and all this other stuff. And like, and then the first time that you actually have a genuine deep stomach laugh when you're with some other people and you think something's funny and you actually can laugh and enjoy it. Ain't that cool? Don't that sound great? The ability to actually start accepting and liking the person that you see in the mirror. The person you see in the mirror, you don't cringe no more when you look at them. You know why? You know why? Because you've cleaned out your heart, you've cleaned out your brain, by cleaning up the wreckage of your past and start doing things differently that allows you to be okay with who you are. Because I tell you what, if you don't change and you continue living the way that you've always lived, it's going to be really hard to feel okay and accept yourself. And so, yeah, I learned about, learn about yourself. You gain some self-awareness, and but these are just some of the things I plan on. This channel was meant for, my life in recovery and talking about recovery stuff, and just like recording some videos like everyday life and stuff. Just me doing stuff in everyday life, and I've been struggling a little bit. I've been hitting this bump in the road, and I might have to make some changes. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, guys. And I'm up to 15 minutes and 18 seconds so far. So do it one day at a time. Get your home group. Get to do your best, even though it's uncomfortable when you first get to the meetings. No one's really talking to you. Which really people should be reaching out to you. And if they're not, find another group. If people are just over there mingling and just talking to each other, even though they see you standing over there by yourself, go somewhere else. Or try that, or no, wait, go back to that group. But I mean, like, also try other groups. Go where they're gonna show an interest in the newcomer. You know what I mean? Because that's what this thing is all about, is helping each other, and trying to help somebody else have a good life, change their life. So I hope y'all like this video. I plan to make more, and we'll see y'all soon. All right, please like and subscribe, and leave me a comment and say hello, and turn on the notifications. All right, guys, I love you. Bye.